Siemens Velaro is a family of high-speed EMU trains used in Germany, Spain, China, Russia and Turkey. In the future these trains are also to be used in Great Britain, France, Belgium and the Netherlands. The Velaro is based on the ICE 3 meters per Fahrenheit high-speed trains manufactured by Siemens for Deutsche Bahn. Deutsche Bahn were the first to order Siemens high-speed trains. The Deutsche Bahn ordered 13 of these units in 1994, the NS4 units. The trains were delivered in 1999 for service. The trains were labeled and marketed as the Velaro by their manufacturer, Siemens. Siemens developed its Siemens Velaro based on the ICE 3 meters per Fahrenheit. Spain's RENFE was the first to order Velaro trains, known as Velaro E, for their AVE network. Wider versions were ordered by China for the Beijing-Tianjin high-speed rail and Russia for the Moscow-St. Petersburg and the Moscow-Nizhny Novgorod routes. Since December 2013, the latest generation, Velaro D has been running in its home country, Germany. In July 2006 a Siemens Velaro train set reached 403.7 km per hour. At that time, this was the world record for railed and unmodified commercial service train sets. ICE 3, the Velaro is a further development of the ICE 3 family of high-speed EMUs built for Deutsche Bahn. Types are the ICE 3 for domestic ICE service and ICE 3M, where the M stands for MU system, for international service. The ICE 3M can run on 4 different railway electrification systems in use on Europe's main lines and supports various train security systems. Deutsche Bahn ordered 13 of these units in 1994, the NS4 designed to run between the German and Dutch rail networks. The latter trains carry NS logos but DB and NS operate the trains together as a pool. As of 2007, 6 modified trains designated ICE 3MF, became licensed for operation in France. On the French LGV estate, these trains run at a top speed of 320 km per hour. Velaro E. Velaro E is a Spanish version of the Velaro family. In 2001, RENFE ordered 16 Velaros designated AVE Class 103. The order was later increased to a total of 26 trains. The trains serve the 621 km Barcelona-Madrid line at speeds up to 310 km per hour for a travel time of 2 hours 30 minutes. The first units were delivered in July 2005 and completed their first test runs in January 2006. On July 15, 2006, a train achieved a top speed of 403.7 km per hour between Guadalajara and Calatayud on the Madrid-Zaragoza line. This is a Spanish record for railed vehicles. Until December 3, 2010 it was also a world record for unmodified commercial service train sets, as the earlier TGV and ICE records were achieved with specially modified and shortened train sets, and the Shinkansen record was for a test train set. Velaro Cien. Velaro CRH-3C is a Chinese version of the Velaro. In November 2005, China ordered 60 trains for the Beijing-Tianjin intercity railway. The 8-car trains are very similar to Spain's Velaro E, but 300 mm wider to fit in almost 50% more seats in a 2+3 layout. In the CRH-3C version, a 200-meter-long Velaro train will seat 600 passengers. These trains were manufactured jointly by Siemens in Germany and CNR Tangshan in China. The first Chinese-built CRH-3C was unveiled on April 11, 2008. CRH-3C reached a top speed of 394.3 km per hour during a test on the Beijing to Tianjin high-speed railway on June 24, 2008. Velaro RUS. Velaro RUS is part of the Velaro family built for Russia. On May 19, 2006 Siemens announced an order from Russian Railways for 8 Velaro RUS high-speed trains including a 30-year service contract. The contract is in total worth a 600 million. The trains, connecting Moscow with St. Petersburg, and later also Moscow and Nizhny Novgorod at a speed of up to 250 km per hour, are based on the ICE 3 train standard but with bodies widened by 33 cm to 3.265 m to take advantage of Russia's standard loading gauge. They are also built to the 1,520 mm Russian track gauge, unlike other Velaro EMUs. 4 of the trains are for both 3 kV DC and 25 kV 50 Hz AC operation. The total length of each 10-car train is 250 m, carrying up to 600 passengers. Development and construction were carried out at Erlangen and Krefeld in Germany. Single-voltage EVS-1 trains entered passenger service at the end of 2009 on the Moscow-St. Petersburg route, and the dual-system EVS-2 trains entered service on the Nizhny Novgorod route in 2010. It set a record for the fastest train in Russia on May 2, 2009, traveling at 281 km per hour, and on May 7, 2009, traveling at 290 km per hour. On December 19, 2011, an order for an additional 8 sets was signed in order to facilitate an increased number of services on existing lines and the expansion of new service elsewhere in the system. Velaro D is specifically designed for Deutsche Bahn international services from Germany. Designated DB's Class 407, it is designed to run at speeds up to 320 km per hour and comply with technical specifications for interoperability and enhanced crashworthiness requirements. There are fireproof equipment rooms and fire doors between cars. Velaro D is designed to be quieter and more reliable than the ICE-3. The train is also expected to use up to 20% less energy than previous versions of ICE. This is achieved in part by improved body styling. It does not have the ICE-3's panorama lounge where passengers in the end coaches can see the tracks over the driver's shoulder. The Class 407 has 460 seats, 111 in first class, 333 in second class and 16 in the bistro car. In total this is 37 more seats than the ICE-3, even though the seat pitch is unchanged. This is achieved by putting the traction equipment in compartments at either end of the train instead of hiding it behind panels the length of the train. Unlike all previous ICE versions, the passenger seating is all open plan and there are no compartments. The 8-coach Class 407 trains can couple up and work with their Class 403 and Class 406 predecessors. 8 of the 16 bogies per train are powered, and there are 4 independent sets of traction equipment per train. If 2 of them break down, the train can still run. For full international flexibility across Europe, it can function on any of 4 voltages. The fleet will be based in Frankfurt. In December 2008 Deutsche Bahn signed a 500 million order for 15 train sets. The train's production stages were presented to the press in Krefeld on April 28, 2010, and 3 completed cars were displayed by Siemens on September 22, 2010 at InnoTrans. In June 2011, Deutsche Bahn ordered an additional Velaro D set in order to replace an ICE-3MF set damaged in an accident in August 2010. Velaro D was meant to go into service starting December 2011 on services from Frankfurt to southern France via the new LGV Ring-Rhein, and subsequently within Germany and on other international services to France, Belgium, Switzerland and the Netherlands. Due to a series of delays in manufacturing and licensing, no Velaro D train sets were in service as of November 2012 and there was no schedule for their delivery. Only in December 2013 the first 4 trains delivered to DB were licensed for domestic operation as multiple units and started with passenger traffic. 4 more trains are due to be delivered in spring 2014, whereas the remainder of 8 trains shall be used for test runs in France and Belgium to gain type approval there. The specification of the Velaro D allows its access to the Channel Tunnel, enabling DB to use it on the services it plans to operate from London to Amsterdam and Frankfurt. Deutsche Bahn submitted safety documentation for the operation of Velaro D high-speed train sets through the Channel Tunnel to the Intergovernmental Commission in July 2011, which in June 2013 granted a license for passenger trains to DB. In 2012 and 2013, Siemens discussed with Deutsche Bahn the delivery of 1 more Velaro D set, free of charge, as compensation for the delivery and certification delays. This train was originally built for test purposes and features a different propulsion setup, utilizing permanent magnet AC synchronous motors as opposed to the traditional AC asynchronous motors. Siemens stated that this will allow a reduction in the number of propulsion units per train, while still maintaining train performance. Velaro E320. On October 7, 2010, it was reported that Eurostar had selected Siemens as preferred bidder to supply 10 Velaro E320 train sets at a cost of $600 million to operate an expanded route network, including services from London to Cologne and Amsterdam. These would be 16-car, 400-meter-long train sets built to meet current Channel Tunnel regulations, and would not be the same as the Velaro D sets which Deutsche Bahn proposed to operate services between Germany and London. The top speed will be 320 km per hour and they will have 894 to 950 seats, unlike the current Eurostar fleet manufactured by the French Alstom, which has a top speed of 300 km per hour and a seating capacity of 750. Total traction power will be rated at 16 MW. On the British system they are classified as Class 374 units. Velaro Trail. The Velaro Trail is a Velaro D-derived 8-car standard-gauge high-speed train for the Turkish state railways. The 8 cars, totaling a length of 200 meters, can accommodate 516 passengers and have a 300 km per hour top speed. 25 kV 50 Hz AC power the train with a total of 8 MW. Turkish State Railways placed an order for 7 Velaro high-speed train sets in July 2013. The contract is worth $285 million, including 7 years of maintenance. The Velaros are to be deployed on the Turkish high-speed railway network. The first Siemens Velaro Trail entered service on May 23, 2015 between Ankara and Konya. Unlike the traditional white, red, dark blue color scheme used on the TCDD Heights 65,000 high-speed train sets, a white, turquoise, grey color scheme has been selected for the livery of TCDD's Velaro Trail train sets. Gallery. See also, List of high-speed trains. References. External links, Velaro background, Velaro cell sheet. Archived, updated Velaro cell sheet, Velaro E specification sheet. Download, archived, Siemens Velaro RUS cell sheet, Velaro CN data sheet. Archived, Velaro developmental history and technical details Siemens page, Velaro D technical details Siemens page, more Velaro D tech details, Velaro E320 technical specifications, interactive 360° virtual tour of the Velaro E.